Ah, it's so nice to do whatever I want in this game with no added challenge. Who put this hole here? This wasn't me. Where does this go? Oh, for the love of fuck. And we're back to it again. Let's begin with the first prison, Center Perch 2.0. I would choose my character and be shown key areas of interest around the prison. The prison was looking pretty nice on our induction, and on our tour around the prison we would be given a couple indirect and a couple direct methods on how to escape. And with those hints, we would begin our first day in Center Perch 2.0. In the Escapists 2, there's a couple ways to escape prisons, one of them being what is called a perimeter breakout. There are also other methods of escape, like the solo escape and the newly implemented multiplayer escape. Of these three, we'll be doing the perimeter breakout as the other two require us to craft. Before we begin to escape the prison, we must first go over the rules. Rule 1. No mining. This means we cannot use a shovel to dig in any way, shape or form. However, we can use a pickaxe to break walls and cutters to cut fence. Now, let's briefly go over Rule 2. No crafting. This means if the game didn't hand it to me, I'm not using it. Get items will have to rely on desks, quests, and fallen inmates or guards. Now, let's begin exploring the prison. I would find this hilarious note telling me to dig. Greatly appreciated, game. However, I would end up finding myself a useful looking wall, so I'd begin exploring for a crowbar, but I just couldn't find one. So I would have to find another way to escape, and I would find a suspicious looking fence. I'd begin planning my escape and putting bed sheets over my cell. Oh geez, know why? What? After attending evening roll call, I would make my way outside and over to the fence, and begin waiting for the return to cell meter to reach 0. Once it reached 0, I would begin cutting this fence. For this escape, you will need 2 files, and with that, Center Perch 2.0 is completed. Cougar Creek Railroad is a different type of prison in the Escapists 2. See, in this game there's 2 types of prisons, Transport and the Classic Prison. The Transport Prison is on a time limit, where the Classic Prison isn't. And with that, let's get straight into Cougar Creek Railroad. I would pick my character, and we'd be given a little tour around the train we'd be riding. This time around, we weren't given as many direct hints. We were shown a horse or two that could maybe be used. We were also shown the front of the train, strangely enough. Wonder if that will come in useful. And with that, let's get started. In Cougar Creek Railroad, there's multiple ways to escape, 2 of which are solo escapes, and 2 of which are multiplayer escapes. Of these 4 escapes, we will be choosing to do the locomotive. For this escape, we would need to take back the front of the train, so you know what this means. And just like that, you've escaped Cougar Creek Railroad. Rattlesnake Springs is the second classic prison of the Escapists 2. I would choose my character and be shown key areas of interest around this mainly outdoor prison. During our induction of this prison, we were told about how this prison was built upon an unstable mine, a potential escape method. Speaking of which, let's go over the escape methods. In this prison there are 3 escape methods. We'll be doing the multiplayer method, take out the trash. For this escape we'd head to the top of the prison and make our way through a multiplayer door and underground, and in a desk I would find myself a sturdy pickaxe, and a couple seconds later I'd find a lightweight shovel. These will be useful later. Upon further exploration I would find this escape isn't even possible. So we would have to change our escape method to the perimeter breakout. So I would begin thinking of a new way to escape. I would make my way to the bottom of the prison and find a suspicious set of walls, and just above that on the second floor I'd find another potential way. I think I've found an even easier way to escape. Up where I am, it looks like I can just break this wall and leave. So I would begin beating up guards around the prison for their outfits, and then wait for nighttime. Once it reached night, I would make my way to the bottom of the prison, just to make a horrific discovery. I couldn't check the walls. Wait, there's a problem. So after that catastrophic failure, we would go to bed and try a new route in the morning.
Would this work?
Will this work? Let me be the judge. No. Wait. Maybe. So, for this escape, you'll need either that pickaxe or shovel I mentioned earlier. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but either way, we would escape. K.A.P.O.W Camp is the first medium difficulty prison in the Escapists 2. I would choose my character and be given a quick overview of the prison and key locations. This prison was about 80% outdoors, making it much harder to escape. Let's quickly go over the planned escape method. For this prison, I'll be doing the perimeter breakout once again. I would begin exploring and find this prison has the easiest to access generator ever. Bro, what the fuck? That's so easy. Why would you even allow that? The game would also tell me to dig to escape once again, even though it knows I can't do that for this challenge. Anyway, I'd begin looking for a new way out, and I would come up with an idea. Make my way, like, down to here, just cut my way out. And that's what I would prepare to do. And for that, I would need to kill a guard and take his stuff. And I would also have to collect myself 4 files for the escape. And of course, wait for nighttime. This takes forever. And after a bit of waiting, I would make my way over to the generator and prepare for the escape. Once again, we will wait for the returned cell to be empty, and then make our way up to the generator and turn off the power. We will then make our way south of the prison, towards the breakout point, and begin to cut through this set of fences. And with that, we will have escaped K.A.P.O.W Camp. H.M.P Orca is the second transport prison and the first medium difficulty transport prison. I would quickly pick my character and get straight into it. We would be given an overview of the boat we would need to escape. We'd be shown things like where the boat's controlled, different floors, a generator, a jet ski, and a helicopter. So, let's get into the escape routes of this prison. There are 2 solo escapes for this prison, and as usual, 2 multiplayer escapes for this prison. We'll be choosing Take Back Control. So, you already know how this is gonna go. H.M.P Offshore is the final medium difficulty prison in the Escapists 2, and I would eagerly get right into it, choosing my character and realising this prison is entirely over the ocean. This will cause us to be more creative with our escape methods. Speaking of which, let's get into them. For this prison, there's 2 solo escapes and 2 multiplayer escapes. For this, we'll be doing the solo escape perimeter breakout. So I would begin exploring the prison and find 3 potential locations that could be useful for a perimeter breakout, and I would begin testing them one by one. I would not be able to cut through this fence, and getting down from this wall was too high, so I'd have to go hit the gym and begin to beat up the guard with the red key. I would take it and begin to make my way across the bridge. This didn't go so well for me. I don't know why I expected, honestly. So I would beat up the guard again and try something a little different. I would attempt to make my way to the bottom of the building and cut my way out. Oh shit, it's electric. So that was another fat L. So I would attempt the same thing once again at the left side of the prison and end up in a fight of the century against one of the guards. I would eventually pull through with a narrow split decision, acquire the red key and turn off the generator. For this, make sure you have a red key and 2 files. Make your way to the bottom right of the prison and cut through the fence as fast as you possibly can. We can do this. Shit, come on. The guard would end up waking up and the prison would go into lockdown, and I had to escape as fast as possible. I can't lie, I was very stressed here, but we did prevail. Fort Tundra is the first hard prison in the Escapists 2, and it would live up to its name, serving us quite some problems while trying to escape. I would pick my character and get ready for what's to come. Once again, we'd be shown key locations around the prison, and it looks like a very Russian prison, which will be fun. Luckily for us, the game would hint at some escape routes, like this oddly specific jeep right here. I wonder if the game's hinting at anything. So, let's get into how we plan on escaping. For this prison, there's 3 different escape methods, but you know the one we're gonna choose. Fun with jeeps. For this escape, we need to make it past a contraband detector, but luckily for us, the guards in this game have amnesia if you enter a fucking locker. This would allow us to make our way to the bottom right of the prison, where we had to wait for all the guards to go away and get hobbies, and then we can begin to make our way outside by chipping through this wall. But then, this would happen. And I was completely oblivious. Where are you? Yeah, the biggest threat to this run is Reese's Wi-Fi. So after a long couple hours of regaining all our stuff, we would make our way back to the breakout point once more and begin chipping. For this escape, you'll need a pickaxe and a crowbar. Oh no. And the guards had noticed us, so we had to act fast. But the game had other plans. Press the button. It won't let me press it.
Yeah, you see what I mean, you see what I mean. Go! No, no!
It won't let me press. Wait, get in. After that calamity of errors, all we had to do was chip through this one last wall, and we would escape. Are you gonna do it?
We're gonna do it.
Oh shit, we're in lockdown. And yet somehow it would get even worse. But even with this, we would manage to escape. Fort Tundra was the second last classic prison of the Escapists 2, and I knew I was going to be in for it this time around. So, let's get into it. I would choose my character, and be carried into and around the prison for a little tour. This prison was entirely underground, making our escape a lot harder. However, there was this oddly specific scene with a UFO. Maybe we could use that. Let's get into the escape methods then. Of the three for this prison, the only one that doesn't require crafting is the perimeter breakout. So I would once again begin exploring, and I would end up finding an easy to access generator for the second hardest prison. Maybe this wouldn't be so difficult after all. I would find a wall and fence that looked easy to break through, and I would begin searching for files and crowbars, and of course, killing guards for their outfits. After that, I'd wait for night, make my way down to the escape point on the bottom right of the prison. I would allow Reese to go in and turn off the generator as he has a contraband pouch, and I would return to surface to chip the wall. For the escape, you need 2 crowbars, 2 files, and oh beloved, the adrenaline shot. And all we would need to do now is chip one last wall, and we will have escaped Area 17. It's time for the final and hardest transport prison of the video, Air Force Con. Let's do this. I would choose my character, and we would be given a top to bottom view of the plane we would be riding. With this prison being entirely in the sky, we'd have to be creative to escape at this time. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking paragliders, parachutes, but I'm feeling we would need to craft them. However, at the bottom there would be this big yellow inflatable thing we could use, right below our cells. Maybe we'll use that? How about we look at some other escape methods? In this prison there's 2 solo escapes, and as per usual, 2 multiplayer escapes. And one of these is called Regain Control. I think you know what we're gonna do here. And there we have it. Finally, we have the last prison of the Escapists 2, the U.S.S Anomaly. We would choose our character and get straight into it. This prison was entirely in space, meaning a perimeter breakout is going to be much harder. However, the game was definitely hinting towards a multiplayer escape, via the escape pods. Speaking of which, let's get into the escape methods, why don't we? There are 3 methods to escape the U.S.S Anomaly, and we're going to be looking at peas in a pod, the multiplayer escape. For this, we would make our way to the top right of the prison, and make our way past the 2-player door. Or at least try. We would then begin looking for the functional escape pod and find it on the right hand side, but we needed an oxygen tank. But no matter how hard I tried, I could not find this oxygen tank for the life of me. However, what I would end up finding is a jetpack. This could maybe be useful later, so I'll keep this for now. I would also get a quest off an inmate to get a medic outfit. I didn't even know that was possible. That must have been lucky. Wait, surely. Oh my god. So with my newly acquired medic outfit, I would make my way up towards the infirmary. Please have oxygen. Please have oxygen. That would be clutch as fuck. But against my wishes, the infirmary did not have oxygen. Very irresponsible if you ask me. However, I would end up eventually finding the oxygen tank. It's in my fucking desk. How did that get there? I don't understand how that got there, actually. So we would make our way back to the escape pod, put the oxygen in, and realise that we need medical mesh now. So I would break into the guard's headquarters to get my medic outfit back, as we need to get back to the infirmary. And even though they didn't have oxygen, luckily for us, they would have medical mesh. So we'd go back to the escape pod one more time to see we had to craft an energy module. This means for the second time in the video, we would need to change our escape route to the perimeter breakout. And luckily for us, shortly after I would find a hint on how to escape via an exploit detected in the landing pad 2. So we would create a plan to make our way through the ventilation and to the landing pad. For this escape, ensure you have a screwdriver and 2 files. Make your way through the ventilation, cutting through each fence as you go. Make your way up towards the end of the ventilation, and then realize that you understood the ventilation system wrong, and now this video is like an hour longer because you're a stupid fucking idiot. So let's begin the real escape. Begin cutting your way through this fence and prepare to make your way upwards towards the ventilation system and begin unscrewing. Be as quick as you can, as you don't want the guards to catch you. Once you're into the ventilation, begin to cut through the fence as fast as you can. For this escape, you need a grand total of 8 files and a screwdriver. And with enough luck, you will have escaped. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to help me reach 1,000 subscribers so my friend has to get a Fortnite tattoo. See you guys in the next video.